Good morning, everybody. How you doing today? My name's Andrew.
I'm Matt. I'm Petey.
I'm Kelly.
And we're some of the Veggie Boys.
And girls.
And we'd like to thank you for stopping by. If you're new here, please consider subscribing because we can grow a lot on the vegetable farm, but one thing we can't grow is this channel without your help. Look at this little baby right here. Enjoying that milk this morning, aren't you? Oh yeah. Welcome back, everyone. It's so nice to see you. Right now I'm in our shop. I'm grabbing one of our cardboard bins because we need to get some potatoes washed. Now, we already had yellow potatoes washed, but the order that came in is for 8 50-pound bags of white potatoes, which we don't have any white potatoes washed, so I need to grab a new bin and get down there. There's corn stalks in here. That's okay. Now, when it comes to our daily chores, we have been relatively busy. We got all the animals already taken care of, and the farm mark's been set up and good to go. Now, in our last video, we got plenty of potatoes bagged up. We actually did over 35 50-pound bags of yellow. The only problem is, for this order, we don't need yellow potatoes, so we have to wash some more. You just saw Dad was loading in a bin of white potatoes. We're gonna be running it through our conveyor system, making sure all the potatoes look really, really nice, picking out any with imperfections and washing them. Just as a point of reference, in this storage area, we have red, white, and yellow potatoes. Against the far wall, those are red potatoes. This middle section is yellow, and then on the right here, we've got white potatoes. Some people ask us, why do we raise so many different types of potatoes? And the easy answer is it's just preference of the customer. Some people like white, some people like yellow, and there are some people who really love red potatoes. Now, there's a big reason why we wanted to get these potatoes washed right away, because when they're wet, we can't put them into our paper bags. They will tear. So we're gonna let these potatoes dry, and then later on in the day, we're gonna be able to bag them. And that's gonna work out perfectly for us because we have a big job today that we've been very excited about, and we're moving on to it next. Before we can do that though, I have a little treat for some of the cattle. One thing is always certain, the cattle are gonna get excited for potatoes. There you go, it's moving. Ugh. Ugh.
Every year we pull off all the tines from the rake so that it narrows it up, so when we back it in the barn it takes up less space.
Normally all of these are attached on here like this one, but it allows us to save so much more room when we take them all off and put them up there. Daniel, I'd love to stay here and help you some more, but I got some important stuff to do.
Yeah, right.
That wheel, did you find that out in the cornfield?
Oh, Petey found that out in the field.
I saw it. I didn't stop for it.
You tell me you saw something in the field and you just didn't stop for it. You just drove right past it.
Yeah, but I knew where it was. That's why I was asking if that's
Okay, sure, buddy.
There's my baby.
Well, everyone, this is an exciting day. We've been teasing it in a few of our past videos. We've been talking about it quite a bit. It is time to get our test plot harvested. Now, the test plot is always something that we really look forward to. Some of you may remember back to when we got it planted. It is kind of tedious getting all that work taken care of, but the research is very important to us and to Pioneer. For those of you that don't know, my dad sells Pioneer seed, and by having these test plots, it allows us to have more information on the soil and weather in our local area, and it helps us to make sure that the local farmers get corn, beans, or anything that they need that works great for this local area. Now, where we're standing right now, this was a bean test plot. The beans have already been harvested. We have all that data. That is done, and we don't have to worry about it. But now it is time to get the corn test plot finished. Dad is just cleaning off these end rows down here, making sure everything is square and making sure that everything is even. What we're gonna be doing is harvesting each variety. We're gonna be running it through a mathematical equation. We're gonna be looking at how much weight there is, how many bushel per acre we're gonna be having, what the moisture is, and what our test weight will be. So it's a lot of information, but it's a lot of important information that'll help our customers and the local farmers in this area be able to make the right decisions when it comes to planting their corn. Now, some of you may be curious and wonder, why did we wait to do this last? The easy answer is we didn't have that right there. That's called a weigh wagon. What Dad is gonna do is he's gonna dump the corn into there, and it's gonna give us the exact weight of how much we just harvested. And Matthew is gonna be over here. He is gonna be doing the math, writing everything down, taking our moisture samples, and he's gonna be putting all this information on paper so later on we can use it for our customers and Pioneer can use it for themselves. One last big question I'll touch on is, why do we do all this? It seems like a lot of work and we're already busy. Well, truth be told, there's a little secret. We get to keep all the corn that we harvest today, and all the test plot corn that they give us, so all of the seed they give us because it's for research. So it does work out in our benefit, but we're more interested in the numbers than we are in what we're receiving by means of the corn. It's gonna be a fun day. Hasn't rained in so long. They don't want to come out of the ground. Now we have all the information about what's planted here written down, so we can pull out these signs. These signs that we have, it's really for the farmers in the local area so they could see which variety is which. And since we're going to be cutting all this today, we don't want any of these signs going through the harvester. That would not be good. That's what was up with that. Yeah.
Like it's not 21% though.
We've got our first variety of corn we're working on testing here. We're having a little trouble with our tester. It's a little too warm right now. So we're gonna let it sit in the shade for a few minutes and then we'll be able to get accurate readings. We just harvested one of our favorite corns, 0843, and it did really, really well. Something we're happy to see. It always does really well in our area for whatever reason. It doesn't do well in other areas though, does it? So
Not as good as it does here. So when I was walking around with the agronomists here, they said 70% of Pioneer corn planted in Ohio was 0843.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So it's like Ohio here is what you're telling me. Uh-oh. The corn we just ran through, it was 180 bushel per acre. We had 20% moisture and 56-pound test weight, so not bad. This corn does seem to be a little on the wetter side as opposed to what we were harvesting all over the farm, but some of these varieties are gonna be later season varieties. Now, what we just harvested, that's what we raise ourselves, so that's a little interesting to see how this field is a little bit different from some of the others.
Was 237 bushels to the acre.
The corn Dad just dumped onto the wagon was 106-day corn. And from the weight that we saw, we think it's gonna be yielding pretty nice. Every time we come back with a load of corn, the boys have to climb up the weigh wagon and grab a sample. Then they bring it over to the tester, they get it all tested, and then we can unload it into our wagon. Because we need to make sure that we have the correct weights, that weigh wagon is essential to getting this job done. If we didn't have the weigh wagon, we couldn't do this. Did you take your sweatshirt off?
Yeah, it's getting hot in here.
It is getting hot.
Somebody's full of hot air. It wasn't hot when I was by myself.
This is what I get. I get ridiculed for wanting to go for a ride. Don't you clean your window? How do you even see out of this thing? It's so dusty.
I have kids that's supposed to do that. They don't
I thought you would take care of your equipment. You can't even see out these windows.
No, we gave Petey the rotary chopper. He quit his job cleaning the window.
So as we've been moving throughout the field, the days of the corn have actually been getting shorter. So our longer season corn is what we were harvesting first. And now this corn we're in right now is 100-day, and that's 99-day?
Yes.
Yeah, so the days have just slowly been dropping off, which is pretty cool because it gives us an idea of if we would have raised longer season corn this year, how well it would have done as opposed to the shorter season corn.
So what we did on the end of this plot, this was supposed to be 102-day to 108-day. We planted two varieties that are in the other plot, 100-day and a 99-day. So when we go over there, we can compare and see how the ground is different. And they're not too far from each other, but we'll be able to see if they're the plots, the nutrients and stuff in the ground are comparable.
Yeah, that's something we're a little excited about. Just because we did the two different plots this year, we did the shorter season over here, longer season over here. Adding in those two overlapping products, or I should say those two overlapping varieties, it's gonna be some cool information to have. So what's been our best variety so far?
Oh, it was Barely P06-391 PCE.
What did we get on there? How many bushels to the acre?
238 and a half.
Wow. What was the moisture?
20?
20? Okay. So the moisture's been kind of the same in every single variety.
This
But-
one I'm curious about because this is a way shorter day.
That's cool. 230 bushel, that's a lot.
Especially when it hasn't rained in 2 months. I got corn in my eyes.
This 100-day variety was 18.1 on moisture. We also got a 59-pound test weight, which is really, really good. And what was the bushel?
I gotta do the math.
Oh, you gotta do the math. Matthew and his math. See, the hard part is we had to make sure that the length of our field was exactly where we need it, because we have a math equation to find out all this information, but we have to make sure that it's in the same field.
So it yielded 216 and a half bushels to the acre.
That's a lot of good information. That corn had good moisture and good yield. We just finished off our last variety of corn at this plot, and we're thinking this last variety that we just ran through, this 99 day, it might be the best. Let's see, what do we got here? 18%. 18%, 59-pound test weight. Not bad, not bad. So what'd the 99 day run?
238 bushel.
Okay, 238 bushel. That was our second best. The 107 day corn, what'd that run?
So the 99 day ran 238.2 bushel to the acre, and the 107 day, actually it's the 106 day, ran 238.7. So
just marginally better. And what's neat about that 99 day corn, that seed is much cheaper than the 106 day. Now, the reason why we have 106 day corn in this plot is because if you drive about 20-25 minutes, you can plant that. But where we are, it doesn't really do well. For the longer season corn, except for that 106 day, all our tests were on the lower side. So moisture was high, the test weight was low, and we didn't get as much yield as we thought we were gonna go. So that was a lot of good information, but now we gotta move on to the next plot. Someone just showed up at the farm market to pick up a half of beef, so I had to go home and load that up. And while I was loading that up, the boys moved positions. They moved to our other test plot, and they got all the equipment over here now. Now things are gonna be a little different over here because a lot of the varieties are shorter day. We're expecting the moistures to drop quite a bit. Now with the longer season, for the most part, you will get larger harvest. In the area where we live in, that doesn't always factor in, but that's what most people can expect. But with the shorter season, we're expecting shorter or lesser moisture inside the corn. We've been making good progress, but it's now lunchtime. So what we're gonna do is just weigh off this corn. We're gonna get all the moisture, we're gonna get our samples, and then we're heading out to eat.
It's 16.4% moisture, and it's 58.9 pound test weight.
How many bushel would that be, man?
217 bushel the acre.
Wow. So now this was the corn that we had over at the other test plot. Here it got 217 bushel to the acre. Over there it got 238. So we can see the difference probably in the soils and how much nutrients there is. Look what we got here. We got cookies. We got banana bread, banana nut bread, and then apple dumplings. What? But that's not for us today. What's for us today? Ooh, it looks like we're having cheeseburgers for lunch. I'm ready. Alrighty, we're getting ready to head back out to the fields. We got a little bit more of the test plot to take down, and we're bringing someone special with us. We're bringing the boss, Callie. Are you excited? Can I get a woohoo? Oh yeah. Right away when we got out here, Callie hopped right up into the combine with Pop-Pop. She's pretty excited about that. I wanted to bring you over here and show you this corn. Look at it, it's almost as if all the leaves have fallen off, but we still got a nice stand. And the ears are massive. I mean, we can just strip back some of this leaf that we have here. And look at these ears. Gorgeous, and every single one looks just like that. Wow. We're basically back to what we were doing before. Dad's gonna be going out through the field cutting the corn. We're gonna be running all the measurements through our equipment, and then we're gonna continue on to the next variety. We've got a little extra help with Callie here, but we got even more help because Petey showed up as well. He was helping Daniel unload the wagon down around back. So things are just running super smoothly and efficiently around here. This is probably Pop-Pop's favorite day of harvesting. He's got Callie in there, and it looks like they're laughing and smiling. Last of the corn's been harvested. I don't know how to feel. I'm supposed to feel pretty good right now, but I'm gonna miss cutting corn. Oh well, at least we have next year. How do you feel?
If our wagon don't overflow.
It'll be fine. Are you happy to be done with corn?
Yes and no.
What about you, Matt? How do you feel?
Feel good.
What about you, Daniel?
I'm ready to be done for the year. I'm ready for a nap.
What about you, Petey?
I feel good.
Feel good? Hey, Callie, how do you feel about corn harvest being all done?
Good.
Good? Alrighty.
The new farming simulator comes out Tuesday, so you know I'm never done farming.
What in the world is Farming Simulator?
So, Matt, out of all the plots, what's our most impressive corn? It would be...
Adjusted for test weight, it would actually be
Like a new guy.
Yeah, wow, look at you.
adjusted for test weight. We have our 9955 PCE, which yielded 238 bushels to the acre. But if we did the math on that, because the test weight was way better than it needed to be, or way better than average. So if we average that out, it would be a lot better than that.
So that's good. We got a lot of nice varieties harvested. We got a lot of information that we'll go through at a later date.
PCE.
My corn harvest is done. Daniel's gonna be playing Farming Simulator.
I'm so excited.
So the first thing we did when we got back to the farm was we put all the racks onto the truck because Matthew is gonna be taking this weigh wagon back, and while he's taking the weigh wagon back on his way home, he's gonna be picking up 2 calves. And over here we've got our corn head taken off of our combine. We're gonna be just getting the combine all ready to be put into the shop, and it won't come out till wheat harvest next year. Now I'm bringing you into the back corner of the shop. We're getting the combine all prepped to be parked back in here. We had some stuff in here, but we cleared it all out. This is where the combine will sit. Now sadly, this does take up a lot of our room inside our shop, but we feel that it's very, very important to keep this important piece of equipment out of the weather. So that's why it's going in here. It's gonna be taking that big machine right to there. So, just gonna have to watch the sides. Like a glove. Look at that, Dad. You got it parked right in there. Looks good. Just to show you how tight over we put this thing. You can't even walk down this side of the barn. It has the tires over as far as possible. But that's what we want. And this piece of equipment takes up a lot of room, but if we can get it back in the corner as far as possible, it adds more room to the barn. Alrighty, how many did we need here again? I think there was 8. Oh look, bags are already counted out. Perfect. We are starting to get into the later half of the day. I know these potatoes are ordered for tomorrow, 8 50-pound bags. So I decided to come down here and get started on them. You may recall that these are the potatoes we washed this morning. We waited all day just to make sure they can dry, so they don't mess up our bags and doesn't upset the customers. There we go. And here we go. We got 8 50-pound bags of white potatoes. That's gonna have that order all taken care of. Whoever wants those, they're getting some good taters. We're here at the farm market. We're just getting everything closed up. We got a few guests with us. We got Mr. Ronnie sitting over here in his car seat. That looks really funny. I didn't realize it looked that funny. And then over here, we got Miss Lily sitting over in her car seat with Miss Callie. You watching her?
Yeah.
Good big sister. Lauren brought Callie and the babies up here to the farm market. So we've been hanging out for the last hour, hour and a half that the farm market was open. But now we're all closed up. And now it's time to go home. Yeah, this is where we're gonna end the video today, actually, because we're going out to eat tonight for the first time in forever. It's gonna be wild. Good night. Oh, I forgot to mention. Bye-bye.